What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Overstimulation Station. Tonight I would like to talk about an up-and-coming artist that could be very significant in terms of changing the tide musically away from trap, rap, and hip-hop being the dominant forms of musical entertainment, and that is something that is very exciting to me personally. I've been waiting a long time for this rap-centric, hip-hop-centric music world to shift over to something different for once. And I think Billie Eilish might be responsible for help ushering that in. Billie Eilish is a 17-year-old, yes, 17 God damn it, she's 17 years old. I'm 30! I'm 30 and I'm still playing clubs with 3 people. Where the fuck did I go wrong in my life? Anyway, 17-year-old Billie Eilish, she comes from parents in the entertainment industry. She grew up in Los Angeles. She was like a model before she was a singer. It was one of those situations where like the first song she put on her SoundCloud account got popular. You know, basically one of these people with a silver spoon shoved up her ass since the day she was born. But that's besides the point. She's come onto the scene recently with her album
When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?
But even though she's been out for a while, you know, she's been doing stuff for a while, this album has really hit. It stayed at the Billboard Top 200 charts, up in the number 1 or number 2 or number 3 position for months now, and that's a big deal. Because all it takes is one listen to any one of her singles that are on the radio now to realize that this is not your typical pop star in any way, shape, or form. And normally, a 17-year-old pop singer from California who's on the radio, you're thinking to yourself, this is an industry plant. Her music is going to be some formulaic bullshit. It's actually pretty dark. So, YouTube's really weird with copyright and stuff, but I'll play like one little clip here. What do you want from me? So yeah, I mean, her music is really dark, it's really out there, and it's topping the charts. That's crazy. The last time I've seen anything in the pop world, or the mainstream music world break the formula, was all the way back when Lady Gaga came out with the Fame Monster and the song Bad Romance and all of her innovative videos, and then she just kind of went to shit. She released that album, Perfect Illusion. I don't know if that was the name of the album, but the song was called Perfect Illusion, and it was really bad, and she kind of shed her weirdness in favor of a more mainstream pop sensibility, which I don't understand because that was her niche, and she alienated a lot of fans when she did that. But anyway, enough about Lady Gaga. Point being is that for the last 6 years at least, the mainstream landscape has been trap, rap, hip-hop. That's pretty much it, aside from the most disposable, sugary pop bullshit from artists like Ed Sheeran and Ariana Grande and Maroon 5, which don't even count as songs that you're going to give any quarter of a shit about in the next year or two. They're disposable, they're here one day, gone the next. They will not stand the test of time. They will be forgotten about, just like the top pop songs in 2008 that you can't remember right now, can you? No, you can't. So the trap, rap, hip-hop landscape has just taken over the mainstream for the past, I feel like, almost a decade, but I know it hasn't been quite that long. And I'm just fucking sick of it. What if you're not a fan of rap or hip-hop, or you're not that big of a fan of rap or hip-hop? What is there for you in the mainstream music world? What options do you have? What if you want something different? Well, too bad. Because rapping about doing drugs and, fucking bitches, that's the only options that you have. And some of the most disrespectful, ignorant lyrics I've ever heard in my life. So, the topping of the charts of this one Billie Eilish, who's doing this creepy, crawly kind of dark wave type electronic based music where she's not rapping. There are no goddamn features on her album. There is no Drake performance on her album. There's nobody. There is her. And I'm guessing her brother Phineas, who helps write most of her music. Now, she's not perfect by any means. I actually have been listening to her album, her full length, Where Do We All Go When We Sleep, or whatever, and I do have some problems with it. The most glaring problem with Billie Eilish is her vocals can get old fast. She's kind of a one-trick pony so far, from what I've heard. She sings all her songs in a very whispery, sleepy kind of manner, and that shit can get tired. But again, despite her flaws in her music, I have to support what she's doing 100% because it is so. The only thing it is going to do is going to trailblaze for other artists to rise to the top of the mainstream who also do weird music, who are also experimental, and hopefully we can foster more of a culture of being experimental and being weird, and you can go out and you can make popular music and not have to fucking rap and not have to have this swag, like what up, all that bullshit, because a lot of us don't identify that way. That's not who we are. That's not a part of how we talk or what we give a shit about, And that's all I've been seeing in the mainstream, and it's been fucking pissing me off. So, anyway, back to the cons of her album. The hit singles, as it were, Bad Guy, You Should See Me in a Crown,
Bury a Friend.
These are probably the best songs on the album. Most of the other songs are kind of these sad little ballad things. The album really starts to slump about halfway in. All the tracks, aside from Bury Your Dead, after, the second half of the track really start to sag a bit, get rather, lackluster, not a whole lot of stuff going on there that keeps my interest. But, I mean, just the fact that they are playing songs like Bad Guy on the radio right now in regular rotation, and her album is charting so high, is just going to usher in more of that, and that's a great thing. Another problem I have with her album is her fourth single, I Wish You Were Gay, where Billie Eilish is clearly queer baiting to some extent. For those of you who don't know what it means, this is what queer baiting is. So, I mean, she's come under fire for this from the LGBTQ plus community for doing this, and her response is kind of like, come on guys, it's, not supposed to be taken so serious and blah blah blah, but it's like, yeah, but you named the song I Wish You Were Gay, so it's like you kind of knew what you were doing. You knew you were baiting people, and you knew that the current environment right now, to where like it seems like every female artist is, gender queer, or, we're starting to hear more of these kind of discussions, all the time. You knew that was going to be a relevant and popular kind of thing to align yourself with, even if you yourself are not gay, which she hasn't, come out as of the filming of this video to say whether she is or is not. My guess is she is not, because she sings about dudes a lot, but I don't know. I'm not trying to speculate on that stuff, and I really don't care at the end of the day. I just don't really like the pandering, because she didn't pander in any other way with her music. That's what I like about her. But in that one way with that song, that I felt like there was some pandering going on, and that was not cool. But for, someone like myself who has a band that is considered dark wave and, kind of, out there electronically and alternative rock-wise and all, it's really cool to see someone like Billie Eilish making this kind of music and putting it out and having it become popular, because, it'll like I said, it'll only foster a community and an environment for experimentation and more interesting music other than this same trap rap bullshit that is so played out at this point. I don't understand how people are still wanting it and liking it and listening to it and buying it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But again, I'm kind of an old man at this point, so it's not really. I guess maybe it's not for me. But I don't think I would have liked it. In fact, I know I would not have liked it 15 years ago or 20 years ago. I wouldn't have liked it at any age. So anyway, good for you, Billie Eilish. I'm jealous of you. You're so fucking young, and you're already anyway. Hopefully she doesn't develop a drug habit, because it's kind of hard to deal with all that fame when you're that young. Whatever happened to Lorde? Lorde kind of like started this whole thing, and then she kind of like fell off, and anyway, that's a whole different topic that I'll save for another time. Speaking of my band, we're coming out with a new single soon called White Room, so make sure you stay on this channel for more about that. Brand new song from my band Dancing with Ghosts, and make sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple, iTunes is Apple, Google Play, whatever. Have a good rest of your night.